Hello everybody, it's Wendy, and today we're going to make a beautiful green necklace using products from the Bargain Bead Box November 2021 edition. So, first of all, our encouraging word for today is Psalm 139:14. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. You are special. Don't ever think you're not, because God himself said you are. All right, so we're going to make a necklace. This is the November 2022 Bargain Bead Box. Holiday Cheer was the theme. Bargain Bead Box is a monthly beading subscription service. $19.49, I believe, delivers a great box full of components and beads and just wonderful stuff to your door. Shipping included, and I have a whole playlist of unboxings if you want to check them out. When you subscribe to their box, you get a 30% off coupon to use in their sister store, beadboxbargains.com, and they have already great prices, so when you add in a 30% off coupon, it's a really pretty great deal. So check them out if you're interested. I do have a $2 off coupon. You can get $2 off your first month's box, or if you just want to shop in their store, you don't want to subscribe, you can get $2 off in their store. Okay, so here's what we're going to be using today. Let me cut this bead stringing wire. Okay, I've got some 19 strand bead-along bead stringing wire in gold color. Yeah, just gold color. Okay, here it is. I have got a 12mm jump ring and a lobster clasp. I guess I used all of the clasps that they provided in the box. I don't know how many they gave us this time, but apparently I've used them all. Because I was going to go with the toggle, but apparently I've used them all. Okay, so I've got some jump rings here. Let me pour those out. So 12mm jump ring. These are 6mm jump rings, I believe. And your toggle. Then I have got this component from the box. This really pretty, they probably are supposed to be earring findings because they gave us two, but I've used one on a bracelet and now I'm using this one here. So they did not turn out to be earring findings for me, but that's okay. I have 4 ball head pins here. I have an eye pin, just a regular eye pin. I have one of the spacer beads, the gold spacer beads. That's all I have left. I used all the rest of them. I have 2 5mm wire guards and 2 size 2 crimp tubes. I am using some of the bead caps from the box. I'm using these little, what were these? Let me look and see. Are they jade? These are jade. These dolomite, or jade dolomite rounds. So I'm using those. I'm using some of the crystal cube beads, the brass spacer beads. Okay, these are, no, they're not. These are quartz. Okay, so these are quartz too. So the quartz rondelles and the quartz rounds, I'm using both of those. Okay, mystery solved. All right, so we're just going to create a necklace. This is an easy stringing project. If you're new to jewelry making, this is an easy stringing project, okay? Very simple. I've got my bead stringing wire here. I am going to put a bead bug on one end so that I don't drop all my beads off one end while I'm stringing, because I'm kind of notorious for that. Don't want it to happen today. There we go. All right, so I'm going to start with my focal. I always start with my focal. I lay my wire out here on this table, and I start with my focal because you're going to build on both sides of that focal bead. And I'm going to be using this and this and this and the bead caps for this focal. And I'm just going to take my eye pin. I'm going to go ahead and put a bead cap on this dolomite bead, one more bead cap, the cube bead, and a gold spacer bead, just like that. Okay, we're going to make a wrapped loop. So we're going to take this and we are going to bend it 90 degrees, coming up just a little from our bead, bending it 90 degrees. We'll take our round nose pliers and grab in the bend and grab firmly, okay? And then you're going to come up and over with your eye pin or head pin. Rotate these up and then just come over and under. So it's going to make this little loop right here like this. Mine's a little crooked. Straighten him up a little bit here. There we go. Grabbing it with my pliers, and I'm going to take my other pliers, my other chain nose pliers, and I'm just going to create a wrap around this. Okay. I usually go around 1 or 2 times. See if I can get a firmer grip on that. I just go around enough to secure it, really. And then I'm just going to trim this right off here. Maybe. My cutters aren't so great anymore. There we go. And tuck it in if you have any little bits sticking out. I didn't get it trimmed off very good. I've got to get new cutters. These are a mess. And just tuck it in. Okay. So there is our little focal. Now I'm just going to take this one. I don't know if this is an open jump ring or not that's on here. I don't. The best way to check is just to take your pliers and see if you can open it. Oh, I can. Okay. It is an open jump ring. Hang it right on there. And we're going to close this right up. Just like that. There's part of our focal. I'm going to go ahead and put it on here. Now, this loop here that I have on the top really needs to be facing sideways. It kind of is. So I'm just going to take it, and I may have to twist this around a little to get it to face the direction that I need it to go, but we can deal with that more later if we need to. All right, we're just going to hang it right on. And there we have it. So now I do want to make a few little dangles to dangle down onto this, and I'm going to do a couple with the cube beads and a couple with these little quartz rondelles. So I have some ball head pins here, and I'm going to do the same thing I just did in creating a wrapped loop. I'm just going to take this guy, put him right on here. Now if you wanted, and I may add one of these guys on top. Yeah, I may do that. That's kind of cute. And we're just going to make another wrapped loop. So just come up a little from your bead, bend it 90 degrees, come up and over, rotate up, come under, and we're going to just take this and wrap it. You can do it with your fingers if you want, because these ball head pins are really thin, or you can take your pliers and do it just like that. And we're just going to trim that off. And we're going to make 4 of those, not necessarily all the same. Like this one I might just do by himself. I may not put any other bead on with him. Whoops. These are just a little decoration that we're going to hang in front of this piece here, just to give it a little extra zing. Come right under. It's best not to grab them with your round nose pliers, but I am, because these head pins are so thin I can literally just hold it and wrap with my finger. Okay, and then we'll do a couple of these guys. We'll do this one by itself, just like this. Excuse my scratchy throat. I have been sick for what seems like weeks. I just can't seem to get it to go away. I still am having issues with coughing and the scratchy throat, and just not feeling up to par. I don't know what's going on with me. So let's see. Let's do just one more. This guy by himself. And we could even do another 2 or 3 if we wanted to. It just depends on how many that you want hanging there in front of your piece. Okay. So there we have some little dangles. Now I'm just going to take a jump ring. I may even take 2. We'll see. Where'd that go? There we go. I open this guy up. These jump rings are thick. I don't know where I got these, but I really like them. And I'm just going to take this one and hang it on this jump ring. And I'm going to hook it right here to this jump ring that's on my component. Okay, so there's those two. That's wanting to flip over, of course. And then we're going to take two more and hang them on a different one. This will just give it a little variation in length. So I'm going to take this one and we're going to hang these two on here. I'm having a terrible time holding on to things today, aren't I? Just like that. And then we're going to hook this jump ring on the one that we just hung on here. Okay. Maybe. Do I want to do that, or do I want to? I'm going to hook it on it two of its own. So I'm going to hook it to another one, just because I want these to hang at varying lengths. Okay, and then I'm going to take this and hook it to, I'll show you, hook it right to the one that my component is hanging on, not the one the others, not the jump ring of the other two dangles, okay? So I hooked both jump rings on the component itself, but I just added an extra jump ring in there just for the one. So just so it makes it, I don't know, gives it a little variation there. All right, so there that is. Really cute, I think. Okay, and now we're going to bead this up. So let's see here. I think I will take, and I'm going to undo this now so I can bead on each side. I'm going to take these two beads, these little jade rondelles, put them first. Now, one thing that I do want to do is use a few of these bigger ones, but I don't want to use a whole big bunch of them. I want to use just mainly these quartz ones here with just a little variation. And I'm not doing any links or anything crazy in this. I'm just going to bead this necklace up, just plain old, you know, stringing. So this is very beginner level and very easy. Okay. And so we're just going to string these on. This wire that I'm using, this beading wire, can also be called tiger tail. That may confuse you if you're new to beading. To hear people talk about tiger tail, this is what they're talking about. It's just bead stringing wire. That's all it is. It comes in several different thicknesses. This is a 19 strand, which means they've taken 19 strands of wire and woven them together and then coated them in like a nylon coating. There is a 49 strand, which would obviously be stronger than this one, and then there is a 7 strand, which is less in strength. But you use the thicker the wire, obviously, the stronger your project is going to be, but you don't have to have, you know, really thick bead stringing wire for everything. So you can use, I use 7 strand on bracelets sometimes, just depending, you know, on what it is that I'm stringing. Heavy beads, you're going to want a thicker bead stringing wire, but that's what this is. It's also called tiger tail. It comes in all different colors. You can get it in, like, you know, every finish available, so that's kind of nice. Now I'm going to put a bead cap on both sides. So, you know, you don't have to string this exactly like I'm stringing it. Obviously, you can do it however you want. And I'm just going to put a little bead cap on here, and then we're going to use one of these bigger beads. Okay, just like that. Going to do another bead cap. Another bead cap over here. Okay. And some more of just the plain quartz. I'm making it a little bit fancier here in the front. I'm using some of these little quartz rondelles as well as the other beads, but as I go on up the side, I'm eventually just going to use the regular, these quartz beads to finish it out. I'm not going to use a whole lot of the other beads. I just kind of want it to be simple. I don't want it to be too busy. And I do have a lot going on down on the focal there, so I don't need to go too much more, I don't think. I've done 3 quartz beads on either side here. And I'm going to do one of these smaller quartz rondelles. Okay, and then I'm going to do another bead cap and these bigger beads here, and then that'll be all that I do of these. And then I'm just going to string the rest of it up pretty much with the 6mm quartz beads. Just keeping it kind of simple. I am going to do one of these little rondelles next. I got new glasses. I'm still not the best at seeing some of these tiny holes, but I've worn contacts since I was 8 years old. I started out with the kind that you put in with a plunger. They were like these hard little discs when I was younger, and then of course I graduated as contact lens. As they improved, I graduated up to just soft lenses, but I've worn contacts since I was 8. I'm now 48, almost 48 years old. So I've worn contacts for 40 years and went to the doctor this last time and just decided that I did not want to wear contacts anymore. So I have graduated to just regular old glasses, and let me tell you, it makes life so much easier. Just regular old glasses. I love them. They are progressive lenses, of course, because I have to have the reading in and all that, but it's very nice not to have to fool with the contact lenses all the time. I just get up, put on my glasses, and I'm good to go. It's really nice. I actually sleep in them because I can't see. I'm almost blind without my glasses. I really have bad eyes, but so I sleep in them. All right, so now I'll show you what I've got here. If you would like to see the pattern, I've got the 2 little rondelles, 2 quartz beads, rondelles, cubes, rondelles, quartz bead, jade dolomite, quartz, rondelle, 3 quartz, rondelle, jade dolomite, rondelle, 3 quartz, rondelle, 3 quartz, and I'm going to do one more rondelle on either side. Okay. And then I'm going to see if I have enough quartz beads to bead this whole thing up. If I don't, then I'm going to go pull out some seed beads from my stash and seed bead it up. But I may have enough. We'll see. So I'm just doing the quartz beads now by themselves. This kind of a necklace, I don't like to be super long. I like tassels to be long. This kind of a necklace, or like a big boho necklace, to be long, but this kind I like to be about usually 22, 23 inches. That hangs pretty well on me where I like it to. Now this one I'm not sure I'm going to keep. I may. I do like it so far, but I'm not positive if I'm going to keep it or not, so I'll make it to where other people can wear it if they would want. Okay, so here's what we've got. I'm just going to add on, I've only got a few of these beads left. Let's see, let's do 3 on this side and 3 on this side. 2 and 3. All right, now let's go ahead. I'm going to hold this up to myself, see where it needs to be, and I think I do need a few more beads, so I've got enough to do 2 more on each side, and then I have 1 left, 1 little bead left over all by its lonesome. We'll use that as a little dangle thing on the back, I guess. Okay, so here's my necklace. Let me measure this and see how long it is. Where's my ruler? Here we go. All right, so we're right at about, from the end to the top, we're right at about 24 inches. That's pretty good in length for me. Yeah, that's going to work out just fine. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put the clasp on. So to do that, we're going to do a little crimping here, okay? So I've got my 2 wire guardians, my 2 crimp tubes, and then I have my lobster and the little clasp I'm going to put my lobster to clasp onto. So I'm just going to take my wire guardian, I'm going to put my crimp tube on, okay? And then I'm going up into this channel of the wire guardian. Now all wire guardians do is keep your wire from fraying. They just protect it. It's a good idea if you're going to be selling your jewelry or giving it away to somebody, because you don't know how rough they're going to be on their jewelry. I use them sometimes when I'm making my own jewelry, not all the time. It just depends. Okay, so here we've got our wire and it's gone up and around this wire guardian. Here's our crimp tube. I'm going to take the jump ring and put it right on here, okay? And then I'm going to go back through the crimp tube, and I do have a tail here, and that's okay. I'm going to take it back through a few of these beads, but I'm just going to go ahead and crimp this. So I pull my crimp bead up next to my wire guardian. So there's no space. You don't want anything, you don't want wire sticking up here. You want it pretty tight. I'm going to take my pliers and put the crimp in the very back divot here and press down. And that creates 2 little channels with 1 wire in each one. Okay, then you turn this vertically. I usually go in the second little divot up here on my pliers, and you close it right up, and there is your little crimp. Okay, so I'm going to take my beads and scoot them up and cover this tail. Okay, pull this up tight. Now, you do want to make sure that everything is tight here. You don't want it so tight that things are poking straight out, but you do want it tight enough to where, you know, you don't have beads flopping around, okay? So just be careful of that. Put our crimp tube on the other side. And our wire guardian, we're going up and over. Now you could, if you wanted to, put your lobster directly on here. I like to hook it on with a jump ring. I don't know why. It's just a thing with me. So I'm just crimping around the jump ring. I'm going to go back through my crimp tube here, down through a few beads. And wherever it pops out down here, there we go. Just grabbing that tail. Going to pull everything down so it's nice and together and I don't have any loose spots in my beading. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing. Just lay it in there, crimp it, turn it vertically, and close it right up. Always have trouble with the second one. I don't know why. Every time I crimp, I have trouble with the second one. Of course, that little jump ring is really trying to be in the way, and this is trying to flip. There we go. There we go. Okay. And now we're going to cut this right off. And we're going to go ahead and hook our lobster right onto this jump ring. Okay, just going to put it right in like that. Close it right up. And there we have it. Now, if you wanted to create a extender, you could use an extender chain on here if you wanted to. I'm probably not going to. I don't know. I don't think that it really needs it. But if you wanted to, you could put an extender on here and then put a little dangle on the end or something. But I think I'm just going to leave it like it is. So here it is. I don't know why that keeps wanting, all my little dangles keep wanting to go to the back there. But there's the necklace. Now let me go ahead and put it on a form over here and I'll show it to you better. Alright, so here we are in my light box. Here is the necklace, just a simple stringing project, but I think it turned out pretty classy and elegant, and I like the green. It's very pretty. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please like it. Please subscribe to my channel and ring that bell. If you don't ring the little bell, you're not going to know when I upload videos. I've had some people tell me the little bell's not working, you know, like they ring it and they still don't get notified. So I don't know what's going on with that. I have issues with that too with people I'm subscribed to. So I don't know what to tell you, but please ring it anyway. And so if you're interested in bargain bead box, I will put links in the description box below the video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.